AFTV, very disappointing today, very disappointing. You know, you can just look around at the fans, apart from him. Palace fan, but it was disappointing, wasn't it?
Look, at the end of the day, if you pick poor players, they come in and have a poor game. What do you expect? Does anybody here think Jenkinson Elneny? Does anybody think they're good enough? I don't see the point coming here and hammering players who we know are not good enough. What's the point in that? That's the manager's fault. Now,
so you think he should just not pick those players?
Don't listen. Jenkinson Elneny, they should not play unless it's a crisis. Alarm bells ringing, no one's available. We had players on the bench. If you're on the bench in football, you're available for selection. If the player in front of you gets injured after 1 minute, you've got to come on the pitch. So you can't talk about.
Then there's also, you know what? I remember a coach told me this one time. He said the reason why sometimes we'll say that, and we'll say, well, if he's on the bench, why don't he play? A lot of times, the managers put him on the bench and thinking, right, well, you know what? Hopefully, I can get away with not playing him or playing him for the minimum amount of time. Because what if we're 2-0 up, then I don't have to bring Torreira on. I can keep him for Wednesday. But obviously, when it works out, fine. But when like today, where it backfires, well, I understand what you're saying.
And he fell flat on his arse. At the end of the day, you look at the Premier League, the midfield is instrumental in the Premier League. We turned up with a midfield today that is a disaster. The last time we played that midfield, we got spanked to Everton. The difference is Everton were at us and deserved to beat us. Crystal Palace didn't do nothing special today. They turned up here, they put crosses in, we switched off, 3 headers. Wilfried Zaha is one of the best wingers, one-on-one with a fullback, right? He turned up today and he's seen Cole Jenkinson at right back. Can you imagine what he's thinking? He's thinking, I'm going to have the time of my life. And he did. He ran him ragged. Dragged him off. The next guy come on. Maitland looked solid when he came on. Maitland-Niles is a young guy. He didn't play the majority of the start of the season because Bellerin was playing. And now we're saying, oh, come out, you're tired. You're tired, you can't play. There's too much science and stats in football sometimes. For me, if you're playing well as a footballer, you want to stay in the team. I understand sometimes, all right, fatigue, and I might need a little rest here and there. Everybody did change things this week, like you said, City and blah, blah, blah. But if you look, they made minimal changes. And there's a pecking order in a club. You've got your best 11. You've then got the next players who you can sort of bring in. And then you've got, I don't really want to use you unless I have to. We're bringing in weaknesses. We're saying to Palace, go and expose that. Go and expose Elneny and Guendouzi. Go and expose Jenkinson. And we know Mustafi's not good enough. It's boring if I come here and just go, Mustafi, you shit. We know that. But at the end of the day, who's going to take these guys off us in the summer? We're all saying get rid of Mustafi, get rid of Elneny. They're on big wages. Who's going to take them man off us in the summer? If we don't get in the Champions League, we're in big trouble next year.
Can we get in the Champions League?
We can get in there, but we turn up like this, we ain't going nowhere.
What's your feeling?
Because right now...
Through the league, not Champions League, not Champions League, not Europa League, not the Europa League.
Getting ahead of ourselves, isn't it?
In the league, can we get in there?
Look, we can get in it, but I have to question as well, is Emery prioritising the Europa League? Because he's won this trophy 3 times, because you're turning up today with a weaker team. You went to Napoli with your best team. So are you putting that... Because the Europa League, any cup competition is a gamble, it's a flip of the coin. We could go Valencia, have a bad night and we're out of the competition. In the Premier League, you've got 4 or 5 games to get through it. So why are we playing teams that weak? I understand making 1 or 2 changes, but put the next best players in. Don't put Jenkinson in. I would have looked at that if I was him and gone, Zaha, I can't take you out, Maitland. You just got to get your head down for 90. Maybe at Wolves their wingers aren't as good. We can change it then. But today you can't give them that. We gave them an opportunity. I don't think they really did much. We made mistakes that gave them opportunities and they punished us from it. You know what I mean? The creativity today, everyone's slaughtering Aubameyang's work rate, and that Aubameyang's a goal scorer, bro. I don't mind if you have a quiet 90 and score. You can run around, work. Giroud used to come here and work hard and graft, but when he didn't score, we slaughtered him and said he's a donkey. I'd rather have a guy who has quiet 90s and scores. What do we want in this fan base? There's not enough balance in this fan base. When we win, we're singing, celebrating, we haven't even done the job yet. And when we lose, it's a crisis, we're slaughtering everyone, swearing about them. We need balance and we need to stick behind the team, because if we go Wolves and win, we're back in contention. We're all hurt tonight, we're all pissed off, but we can still do it.